Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the happy hour, and a very different happy hour. We are starting early here to do a bit of a sound check for the next 5 minutes. So if you are watching on the replay, or if you're here, if you're not here, you're not here. But if you're joining me late and you think, oh no, I'm late, you're not. I'm early. I know. I'm usually right on time, or maybe a minute or two late, but today we're starting early so that I can get myself set up, because I want to make sure that the audio is all coming through okay. Today's happy hour is going to be something very different. I'm going to be recording a demo version of my new song, hence why we have ourselves set up here. We have my Audio Technica AT2020 here, my Steinberg UR22C is over here, and my guitar here is ready to go. I'm going to record guitars, vocals, maybe some bass. The bass is behind me there. We might grab that and record that. We're going to basically start the clock at exactly start time, and then we're going to go through and see how much we can get recorded in the space of 1 hour. So hopefully by the end of the hour, the last few minutes should be us listening to, hopefully, some sort of a semblance of a demo song at the end of time. But if it is your first time here, my name is Pete, and this is Studio Live Today. My goal on this channel is to help you create, record, and release your best music. And hopefully by watching me do this here today, for those of you that are into the recording side, you'll get a few tips and tricks around how to get things done. And for those that just want to listen to the music, you'll get to see a little behind the scenes of how it's put together when we get to the final versions of these sort of songs, how it all comes together. Hello to the folks. We have Metallion here. We've got Jade is here. Langston Reese, hello to you. We have Damien R. Good to have you here, my friend. Skinny Wizard of Iron Meadow. You've been dropping into a bunch of live streams lately. Good to have you here. Fallen is here. And we have Bubba, who is here as well. I hope you are doing well. We are going to do a quick sound check and video check here, because we still have 3 minutes before the official start time. So let's get on and do that. So we've got 2 cameras here today. So there we go. We're over there. We've got my that one's a little bit blurry. It's a second camera I've only just added. So we may or may not use that one particularly much. But when I just show you my setup early on, I'm going to use that one there, but not for very much, because you can see it's not as good quality and not going to be as good. But what we can do is bring up this view, which is going to be more handy, because you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here on my iPad. Don't want to do that. What I'm doing here on my iPad, and you can see here I've already cheated a little bit. I've got my song structure set up, because I didn't really want you to have to spend 15 minutes of the hour watching me set up a song structure. I've got videos about that. I've shown that before. So that's all been a little bit shortcut there, but that is the other view that we have. So hopefully everything is coming through okay. Can I get a thumbs up from the folks who are here live, just to help me do the quick sound check? In fact, let me just jump in here. We'll go back to that other view. Go back to this view. I'm just going to play along a little bit with this recording. We'll do a quick test run. Just let me know to make sure the levels and everything's coming through okay. Righty dokie. If you can just give me a yay or nay if we've got good, decent stereo audio coming through here. Everything's going through my mixer, my Live Track L8, so it should be all good to go. But I want to make sure before we kick on and get started with the show proper, which we'll be doing in just 1 minute. So hold the line. Jay Star says, sounds great. Excellent. Thumbs up from Skinny Wizard there. Hello to other folks who've dropped on in here. 1000 Watts is here. Anthony's here. Tom Rochelle, SB, 6-string gunner. We've got in the house. Who else did I see there? Just getting thumbs up here from all the folks here. Ed Zielinski, thank you, from Chicago. Gary Hubbs is here as well. We got thumbs up. We got devil horns. We got everything sounding and looking good. So I think, what do you reckon? Are we ready to set an hour on the clock and see how much of this we can get done? I think so. I think it is time to get this done. So we're going to jump back over here. Yep, we got everything set up. I think so. I think we're good to go. Righty dokie. Let's go. Welcome to the happy hour for yet another week. A very different sort of happy hour. We're going to be just as happy, but we're not playing my songs or other people's songs. We're playing, well, it is my song, but it's a brand new song we're going to be recording. So I won't play the song because you may have heard it. It's called 1%. I put a video out just of the song about a week ago on the channel, and today I'm going to be recording a demo in the next hour. So the clock is already ticking on the time. So let's get started, shall we, and start the recording process. So I have saved you the hassle of having to see the initial part of me setting up, because what I set up to start with is this. So I've got the track, the song structure set here. So let me run you through this really quickly. Now I'm using Reflector, so AirPlay is coming through. So the quality of the video of the iPad here is not going to be perfect. So it'll be a little laggy, as you can see, but you'll get the idea as we're going through, and you can kind of keep an eye on what we're doing here. What have I got? Well, I've got my drummer Graham here, who's one of the experimental songwriter drummers here, and he's going to be doing duties on the drums all the way through. If we take a look at my song sections in the top right, I've got everything set up for our lead-in, our intro, verse, chorus, little interlude, verse, chorus, interlude, verse, final chorus, and outro. So that's all been set up. You didn't need to watch me set up all of those sections there. I've brought this little bass riff over from my original demo, which I just used to record some of my tutorials to. And this is just me. Just now in the pre-show, I've done a quick test recording. So we're just going to delete that. We don't need that one there. So that is what we've got set up so far. I've got a vocal track here ready to accept my vocals. I've got my guitar track ready to accept my guitar. And we've got this. We don't even need the metronome because we're playing along to our drummer track here in GarageBand. Why don't we jump over here and take a bit of a look at our setup, because we've got a fancy schmancy 2-camera setup here today. So I can turn you on over there. Hello, over there. So this is just to show you the setup here. Don't worry, I know the quality of this camera is not great, but it's just to show you how we're set up here. What I've got is my Steinberg UR22C. I've got my microphone cable. It is red, so it goes faster. We know that. And we've got a guitar cable. So channel 1 is going to be anything I'm going to be using through here. My Audio-Technica AT2020, which is set up on the stand, ready to record. And then we've got this, which is going in currently to my acoustic guitar. We're going to be recording through the pickup on the acoustic guitar to do our acoustic guitar recording. So that is where we're set up there. And my iPad, of course, is up here. And yeah, there's a bit of a weird matrix. No, what is it? Like an Inception thing going on there, because you can see the screen and the screen. So that, and you can see my terrible posture of leaning over here. So let's everyone, straighten your backs. And we'll come back around to here. So this is what we're doing. We're going to get started and we're going to crack on with this. So what we want to do first of all is I'm actually going to set up and record both vocals and guitar. I'm going to do a scratch vocal and guitar recording to get us started here. So, I'm going to have a lot of things going on here today. So it's not going to be the slickest production. A few sort of experimental things are going to be happening as we go through. So you're going to need to bear with me and we will get there in the end. So I've got my lyrics up there, which I can record along to and sing along to. I've got my microphone ready to go here. We will bring up this view, not that view, but this view, so that we can see what's going on here. And let's just bring this mic a little closer to here so that we can sing into it. Doesn't have to be great quality because, again, these are going to be our scratch tracks just to make sure everything is working together here. And what I'll do is we will turn on the monitoring for both of these, and I'll turn off this microphone. So this one, in fact, we'll pop it out of the way while I'm doing this. Otherwise, it's going to get totally in the way. So you can hear me coming through the monitoring of GarageBand here at the moment. And we've got these 2 tracks set up. So both of them are monitoring. What we also need to do is put both into record mode. So we've got record mode on our microphone and on our guitar. We're set up here at the start. There's going to be 4 bars coming in, which is just going to be an intro. And then where this bass comes in just for a bit, that's where we're going to actually start playing. In fact, I'll mute out this bass because I don't really want to hear it while I'm playing along. So what I'll do, we'll hit record on this one and we'll play in, just make sure, yeah, we have it both going on here. So we're going to hit record. I'm going to move this cable out of the way because it's hanging off there on my guitar. Righty-okey. So let's record this. This is the first demo scratch recording for 1%. Let's go. ready. You know what we've done wrong? I'm like, why are we on the bass guitar? Because we had the bass guitar selected. So we're going to undo that. The beauty of live. So you can see there, that's cool. I didn't even really know you could record 2 recorded tracks and a virtual track at the same time. I've learnt something new. Did you know that? I didn't know that. All right, let's do this. This is going to be better now. And it's going to keep us on this view, which is what we want. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. When you open your eyes up to the air above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing, and you don't like what it means, and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but turn your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't want blah 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 blah, 'cause you're part of the 1%. Now I'm just going to pause there, mostly because I didn't scroll my lyrics down, so I don't have the ability to read what the next line of these lyrics are. And clearly I didn't even get the lyrics right on the last one, but that's okay. We'll come back and redo those. Now I'm probably a little hot on the microphone here and maybe a little down on the input gain on the guitar. So we'll keep that in mind for when we come back and record next. But all we need to do now is line ourselves up here where we want to come in, and I'll get ready to play, because this is where we do the long chords here. So we'll hit record. To the end. I forgot to sing. Don't you hate it when you forget to sing? Undo. Let's do it again. When you open your heart up is what we're going to be singing here. Let's do it. 2, 3, 4. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care, what can you do, and it's your fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. Right, so we've worked something out here, and that is that last section there, I thought I needed to hold longer there for 10 bars. That one actually needs to be 8 bars. So this is the sort of thing we can do on the fly. You'll notice there it's kind of chopped that off there now, but that's okay. So what we wanted to do from this, so I'll bring this microphone back, because that one's going to get annoying, and we'll turn off our monitoring. Like that. So we're back over here. So yeah, tapping that one up there. Sorry, got things going everywhere here. So what I wanted to do by that is just test that my structure was right, make sure that everything's going well. And what we can now do is focus on each individual part now that we know how it's all going to come together. So I'm just going to pop the microphone out of sight, out of mind a little bit there, so it's not interfere on with my guitar. And now we can focus in and start recording these parts part by part. So let's come back and take a look and a listen, shall we? We'll go back to this view and we can cue this up. Let's just go to a part here where we're playing along. We'll just solo these couple out and above, and you see the world there. So yeah, we definitely need to give the guitar a little bit more volume there. Cause you don't like what you're seeing. And obviously this one is going to be just the vocal eventually. So that's all cool. We're going to leave those there as our scratch tracks. We're going to mute those out there as well, mute out this one, and then just play along to our drums. So what we're going to do now is get ourselves set up for guitar. All we need to do is duplicate out this track to give us another track, and then make sure that our monitoring is on and our record is on. And then to set our levels, yeah, so I'm playing there. If we come over to my funky sideways view here, what I'm going to do is dial up and make sure that my input gain on my guitar is set at the right level. It's right behind that thing, isn't it? You can't quite see it. No, I'm not going to. Oh, yeah, there we go. So I just need to adjust this input gain. So making sure that it's getting enough volume through but not clipping. So can you see the peak light? You can't really see it because it's very small. But when I play there, it's peaking now. So we just back it off a little bit. Yeah, so when we play loudly, we want to make sure it's not going to peak as we go through. Righty dokie, let's come back around here. So what do you think so far of the song? Hopefully it's going to come together okay from here. I'm just going to check in with the folks live to make sure that the stream is still working and everything's still happening okay here. Hello to Prod by ZT. Claire H is here as well. Ed Zalitsky says, love the gritty, edgy in parts. Yeah. Hopefully it's going to be a bit edgy. Desolate morning, you're late. Well, you're not really. We got started early today. Tom Rochelle says, yeah, I was thinking that guitar was pretty low just from the waveform. Yeah, you could kind of see, couldn't you, that it's a little bit on the low side. So we are going to give it a little bit of a boost. You don't want to go too much because we don't want to peak. We don't want to clip the signal, but I do want to turn it up a bit. How are we doing on time? We're 11 minutes in. We're going to record this guitar part and then we're going to have a drink and then we're going to continue on here. So let's go back to our view here so we can see what we're doing. So this time we've just got the drummer here. I'm actually going to turn the drummer up a little bit and my guitar around about there. So let's just hit play and play along to make sure. Oh, hang on. We need to be down here. There you go. Okay, I think we're good. And if the guitar's a bit low, it's okay. What I'll probably do is record this twice and double it in the final production. I like a stereo doubled acoustic playing the same thing or a variation. So let's hit record and we'll play this guitar in and then we'll get some vocals in, get some and start playing with the fun stuff. Start seeing what other bits we think we should add in. So start thinking about that. If you're here live, start thinking about what you want to suggest because I'll be taking suggestions of things we should try here in GarageBand afterwards. So let's hit record and get this first recording done, shall we? 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then a big one. And hold it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And it completely messed up that end bit. But that's okay, because we can just punch straight back in. And the beauty part, I'll show you a quick punching tip that I have here in GarageBand, because I don't want to have to press record and then within 4 beats pick up my pick. So I can come back as far as I want. So I can come back to here and then just make sure I hit right on here. Now I can create a second track and do this, or I can just do it from here. Because I got this gap here, I'm going to be fine to just hit record here, and it's going to count us in. 3, 2, 3, 4. And then just let it ring out. Always let your last note ring out as long as you possibly can. You can see here I've added 4 bars to the end there, which are just the letting it ring bit. Don't cut it off too soon. You'll regret it. So I just held on to that. Now, the beautiful part, as you would have seen there, of recording like this, where I'm just recording through the through the pickup of the guitar, is that it doesn't matter that I'm talking as I go along. I can sing along. I can do whatever, because when we come back here and solo it, you'll hear that it's not going to pick up my voice. It's just going to pick up the pure guitar sound. Right, and let's just zoom in here. So what I did here, you might say, oh no, now you got this bit here, but non-destructive editing here in GarageBand means that we can just grab this, pull it over to here, put it just before that cut in, and then grab this one, and that's going to let that note ring out and just pull it just over to there. So you never have to worry about that being a problem, and then if we come back to here, it'll... Okay, so the pickup is picking up a little of my voice. Going to use some automation there. That's okay. A pickup is a microphone after all, so it will actually pick up some of what you're singing, but not too much of it. Anyway, this is the demo version, the scratch recording, so we're going to be okay with that. So what I will do from here, I'll definitely record a second version of that, but I don't want to spend another sort of 3 minutes doing that now. So I'm going to now record in my scratch vocals. So we're going to grab my vocal here. We're going to duplicate that one. And then we're going to drag that. Oh, why aren't you dragging? Tap and drag. Nope. Sometimes the mouse here is temperamental. I'm going to use my finger. Drag you down. There we go. And we're going to drag down. So I'm basically leaving all my dead ghost tracks at the bottom there. Oh, my tapping and dragging is not happening here today. There we go. So these are going to be the tracks that we're going to use down here. Our current tracks are our drums. Now, the one thing I noticed with the drums that I'm just going to fix is that I found my timing hard because I've left some fills into these drums. Now, when you're using drummer as your metronome, it's a good idea. Yeah, look, there's way too many fills. I'm going to completely remove all the fills from all of these drum patterns. Does it just that first one? I thought the rest of them had fills in them. Or maybe I've looped it and it's not showing the fills. All right, let's just check one of these to make sure it's actually not filling. That's better. So when I was playing along, it's hard when it's got some of those fills that are slightly syncopated to actually hit your notes and your things on the right thing. So I'm going to leave those as that now and come here to my vocals. If we turn on monitoring, there, we'll turn off the monitoring of the guitar. In fact, I'm going to lay my guitar carefully on the ground behind, like so, and then come back over here because I need to now bring in the vocal mic and focus on singing some vocals, which we're going to do now. But first, we're going to have a drink, don't we? It is the happy hour after all. So I'm today, sorry, I'm going to turn that off while I do this. I'll turn off my monitoring. Today, I'm drinking Ghost Ship because it sounds cool. It's a citrus pale ale. It's delicious. So cheers, Red. I hope you're having a good weekend. But we got no time to dilly-dally here. I need to... Whoop. What have we done? I've tapped something on my head. There we go. We're back. So what I'm going to do is this time I'm going to bring up all my vocals. I'm going to embiggen them to make sure I can actually see them and read them and get through the whole thing. And I'll be able to kind of zoom in and do it as we go, because this time around I don't have to think about anything else but singing these words and singing them in a decent way. So we've got that set up there. Let's bring you back over and take a look at this one, so you can see as we go along. Let's just hit record and let's get these vocals recorded in, shall we? Let's go. We didn't have monitoring on. All right, now we do. We ready to go? Let's do this. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing and you don't like what it means and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care. What can you do? And it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. I do need that extra bar in there. I do need that extra bar. All right. A bit of back and forth here, but that's okay. How was my sound there? I wasn't clipping. Not clipping the signal there. I think the volume levels are coming through okay. My mic distance is okay, apart from right at the end there, where I got a bit too close. But, see, we've already done the guitar, haven't we? But that's okay, because the guitar can just shimmy across, can't it? Yep. So what do we want? We want J. I'm going to here. We want J to actually be 9 bars. So I had it 10, then I went to 8. I actually want it to be 9. So look what happens when we do this. It creates a wee gap there, right? So all we need to do is come here. This guitar is going to sound a bit weird, so we're going to have to redo that. But let's just quickly, I'll bring this mic back on because you're not going to be able to hear me otherwise. So that needs to be there. This one will just delete out and bring this across. Oh no, that's not going to work, is it? We need the gap there. Yeah, there we go. We'll go that way. Bump. So it'll sound a bit strange in that in-between bit, but again, it's a demo. We want to get this right. So we'll come back over here, delete that bit. I actually wanted to do this last bit again anyway, because it really wasn't working for me. So we'll come back to here. We will split this out here. Don't want any of that. Not going to keep any of that. Delete it. And then we're going to start from here. Hang on, was that? Yeah, that's fine. Start from here, and then I'll record in this last verse and last chorus bit here. So we'll hit record, I'll turn down this mic, and we'll jump over and do that. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away. 'Cause you don't care, what can you do? And it's their fault anyway. And you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. Did you notice that that time I went back to 8 bars? So go bloody figure. Alrighty. We'll play around with that later. We won't spend too much time on that now. Alrighty. We don't need that at the end. Chop it off. So we'll bring this back. So again, we can come here. Hang on. We'll come back to my regular mic and we'll turn that off so you're not hearing the echo. Oh, missed it. There you go. So we're going to go back here and we will bring this back to 8 bars. We'll make the final decision eventually, but yeah, so it's going to keep shimmying back and forth until we get there, right? Okay. Let's just play this part down here and see if it's going to work for us. Right, play there. Just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. So it's cut off that, but that's fine because, again, non-destructive. We can just pull it back out. There's our final bit. We'll go with this for now because we have an hour. 1%. Right, and what I'll do just for this final drum bit, again, we're not doing the drums right now. It's still a demo, but we'll just go and we'll finish it on this last hit so it sounds a bit better. Just on that last chunk, that last little hit there. It's just going to be a kick drum at this stage, but eventually that'll be a cymbal or something. Right, so there we go. Guitar vocal demo in the can all the way through, and we've done it in 27 minutes. So that's pretty cool. I'm reasonably happy with that effort. What we need to do now is start fleshing this out and working on some other parts. I've already got a bit of an idea for a second guitar part, which I'm going to do in just a moment. I'll open it up there to get that happening. So we'll grab the acoustic and do that. But before we do that, I need a drink and I need to say hello again to the wonderful folks who are here live on the show. Excuse me. Who snuck in here? Sion is here. Hello to you. Hello. I'm just going to see if anyone's got any feedback. So if there's anything that you think needs to be adding to this, then let us go. Oh, we talk about Flea and his bass guitar chops. Maybe I'll better throw some bass in here. We'll work on a bass riff for this before we finish up here. Metallian, thank you. That's a red hot song, Pete. All right, that's a red hot song. You've thrown a super chat my way, my friend. So we're going to have a drink. So thank you. Thank you for everyone, for all of your support of the channel. I do genuinely appreciate it. Ben from the US checking in. Hope you're doing well, Ben. Good to have you here. I make mobile productions. Good to see you. Gary Hobbs, hello to you. Scott has also provided a donation here, a red donation, saying cheers. So cheers to you, Scott. Appreciate you and your support of the channel as well. Is everything, how's the audio still coming through okay? Hopefully everything's all right. Tom Rochelle says, yeah, the benefits of an acoustic with a pickup. Absolutely. Do love the pickup. And the Taylor pickups are actually really quite nice. Hopefully you're hearing that and it's not grossing you out that guitar sound. It's come through okay, in my opinion. Who else we got here? Jan Victor Story. Hello to you. I'm glad you are doing well. Some bass would be lovely. Yeah, well, let's. What I'll do is I'm going to do this little part that I'm thinking about with a second acoustic, and then we're going to throw a bass in there, and then we've probably got a time for a few little harmony vocals that we're going to play with, and that'll probably take us to the hour because we don't want to go over, turn into a pumpkin if I go longer than that. Another quick drink, and then we'll pick up the acoustic, and then continue on. All right. So, when you're layering up acoustic guitars, one thing that I love to do is to grab my capo, I don't care what you call it, but it's whatever it is, and do a similar pattern on acoustic, but up the neck a little bit. So this is in A minor. So what I'm going to do is, the beauty of A minor is if you go up to the 5th fret, it's actually in E minor. And then you can use my very familiar E minor and A minor. And I can actually then use a B7 here for that. So what I'm going to do is play along with the original track, and I'll play all the way through, but what I'm thinking is that this second guitar part may come in only on the second time around, like the second verse, but what I'll do for the demo purposes, so that I can play with the arrangement later, is I'm just going to play it all the way through. So as you listen to this, take a listen to the guitar part that I'm going to add, but also make sure that you're listening in for anything else that you think might need to be changed in here. I'm going to start working through the mix of this, the balance of the mix, and make sure everything's right. So I've already turned down the vocals a little bit, and in fact, I'm actually going to add in just a little reverb and echo. I always just throw a little bit of these just to make it sort of sound nice while recording, so I get a feel for how it's going to go. And the other thing I'll mention is when you're doing a demo, don't ever just sort of half-ass it. I know I did a few here where they weren't working, but a lot of this stuff will probably end up in the final mix. That's just the way that I tend to go. So we'll bring up the volume of this one. We'll make sure that that's coming through okay. Yep, that's going to sound good, I think, with this track. So let's hit record and record in this second acoustic part. Check 1, 2. Gotta change that. We don't have we didn't have monitoring on. All right, now we do. We ready to go? Let's do this. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing and you don't like what it means and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care what can you do, and it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. And we let it ring, all the way to the end because you never know how much ring you're going to need. Clock. And it finishes. Now let's remove that annoying me talking at the start of that vocal too. That was bloody annoying. All right, that's gone. Not quite. Bop. Oh, I'm gonna have to zoom in again. Oh, I need to work out how to use my mouse and zoom again. The original version of iOS 13 mouse support was great. The newer version's not as great. All right, so that's coming together all right. So let's just play these two guitars back together and see what they're going to sound like together in the mix. So there we go. So there's our original guitar. A little higher guitar. Now I'll probably do doubles of both of these eventually, but for now, let's just play around with a little panning, shall we? Get a little bit of stereo going on here just to widen out this mix to make it sound a wee bit cooler for the time being. How's this going to sound? Ooh, I like that. That might even be the final. And you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. All right, cool. I think that's good. Now, this little interlude bit, I've got one more acoustic guitar idea that I'm going to throw in here while we've got the acoustic happening, and then we'll switch over to some bass and then back to some vocals. So, I was in the right spot, wasn't I? Was it here? Yeah, I wanted to do it in here. And do I still have my capo on, or did I take it off? No, I still got it on. Cool, because I wanted to try a little trebly bit here. I wanted to do a. Yeah, so just in these interlude bits, I think that might be a cool little accent. So let's just solo this. We'll bring that back in, and I'll come back a little bit and hit record, and let's just record in this little part, shall we? And you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the air. Just a little something like that, you reckon? And then, where's our next interlude bit? I think it's down here, is it? We'll just do a little variation on that for this next interlude, I reckon. Oh, we won't do it from right there, because that'll be too close. Maybe back here, and then we'll get ready. 'Cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to. We can do that better. Sorry. A little mess up there. 'Cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people. Right, and then I think for this last chorus, we just want a little bit of a lead part going over the top. What do you reckon? So is it here that kicks in? Yeah. So we'll just we'll record and we'll just improvise a little lead section over the top. Yeah, something around there. So we'll just hit record and play this in. There is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care, what can you do? And it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. Sorry, I didn't take my own advice and let that resonate. That may or may not stay in there at that end bit, but I kind of like the little lead bit coming in here, just to give some variety here with the acoustics in there. Let's just get in here, because that's not the bit that we want. Burp. Let's take a listen to what this bit sounds like. And you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up. Yeah, and that might even be something that maybe go onto a piano or onto a synth or something when I do the full arrangement. But when I'm doing a demo, I just like to play around with ideas. It's easier for me to sing in or play in ideas here sometimes than to go over onto the synth. And given we are 20 minutes to go, we probably won't have a lot of time for playing with the keyboard instruments today. So let's put the acoustic guitar to one side. Sorry, I'm off mic. I actually I have a new wireless mic that a company sent me that I'm keen to try out, which might sort of help with these sort of things because I can have a lavalier mic plugged into my mic channel all the time, and then I can move around, and you're not going to get the annoying stuff like this going on. Must be time for a red. What do you think? Is this song coming together? Have we got something here that's going to work? I hope so. Drink. Cheers. Red. All right. Let's continue on, shall we? Because we have more work to do. We got a lot of work to do. Let's grab the bass. Why don't we play some bass? Bass fans in the house? My bass is just within reach. I can just get it up here. Of course, have you seen my bass before? I've probably shown it before. It's red, which means it goes very fast and likes to drink beer. So we'll grab our cable, pop it out. Pop it out of our guitar, and because I do as I say, do as I say, not as I do. I haven't turned down my fader, so it's going to go clunk. Ready? There we go. It's clunked in, and now it's good to go. So we're going to bring up a bass sound here. I'm just going to use the basic GarageBand bass amp simulator, I think. So we're going to add plus. We're going to, not audio recorder. Back to there. Amp sim, please. Bass amp sim. And we'll come up here to our mixer. We'll jump over to input 2 because that's where my bass is plugged in. We will make sure monitoring is on. And there is my bass. So just need to borrow my tuner from my guitar. Sorry. Actually, as I'm doing this, I realise that my bass has its own built-in tuner. I don't know why I bothered getting the Snark, because it's got a little tuner built in right here on top, assuming that the battery is working. Seems to be. It's telling me I'm out of tune. We'll tune up the bass. Shouldn't take us too long. Sorry. Hold the line, please. Your call is important to us. I'm using two different tuners here. They're battling against each other. And I've got the cord in the way. Anyway, let's turn up this bass sound because I know you can't really hear it coming through there. So we'll come back out here to this one. We'll slide on out there. All right, that's coming through a little bit better now. Now, what I'll probably need to do is, because the bass comes through a lot quieter than our acoustic guitar pickup, yeah, we need to get a bit of... We need to get a little bit more volume in there. Could probably even turn up the input gain a little more. Go a little bit more aggressively. That'll do. Again, it's a demo. We don't want it to be terrible, but we don't want to spend too much time on this, or we're going to lose our mojo. And we don't want to lose our mojo. It's the worst possible thing to lose. So we need to work out. Now, this is where I want to come back to the original bass that we had here. The reason I brought this across is that I wanted to... So now I've got this problem with all these soloed. We'll just unsolo them, and we'll use our mutes instead to work out what we're not having. So this bass is the sort of bass riff I want. Maybe not. Maybe just... So maybe it's more just like a... Oh, I'm going to go back to our bass so we can... So if we do like a... Why is my bass not coming through? Oh, because it's not soloed. There we go. Yeah. That's actually a hard bass riff to play. Harder than it looks. not getting a great bass sound through there, am I? Let's just tweak this bass amp a little bit, shall we? We want something a bit cleaner. So we probably want not the classic stack, but we want something more like the bright DI, because we're going to do some higher bits here. So we want to give it a bit of boost there. So we probably want like let's just try it, shall we? Won't know till we try. So we'll come in here. We've got that turned up. Yep. We will bring it here and we will unsolo everything else. Is this going to be able to be heard enough through? Let's just hit play. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't... Yeah, I reckon that's going to be cool. Just need to make sure the bass is actually in tune. So I reckon now I've put another string out of tune. I have. That A string was sharp. D string was flat. G string was sharp. All right. Alright, that's going to be where we're going to go with it. So let's record through. I'll try and see if I can play this. We'll just make it up as we go along and we'll see if it works, okay? When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing and you don't like what it means and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away. 'Cause you don't care, what can you do? And it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. So there are a few bass ideas baked in there, but I don't know. I don't know which way to go. Yeah. Pete, I was looking at the chat here. I'm like, why are people laughing? Pete's playing with his G string live. I know, and my G string was sharp. Is there anything worse than having a sharp G string? Whew, why I never. How are we for time? We've got 11 minutes. Woo, we've flown by. Rightio. Now, I tried a few different things there in the bass, and the second time around, I kind of preferred it. It's not coming. I don't have enough volume coming through. I needed to turn it up. I needed it to be higher. But I think we're going to just work with it for now. Otherwise, we're going to spend too much time. So I'm going to leave that bass in there for now and just listen to it and give it an idea. But let's just do a few quick vocal harmony ideas before we finish up here. So we'll unplug the bass, unceremoniously dump it and put it behind me, because we really need to do stuff for about 5 minutes. And then we have to play. We have to play and kind of mix on the fly. And I wanted to finish with a demo version of this song, and hopefully we can actually do that. So, red. I need a red. Have a red. Or a blue, as the case may be, because we're drinking Ghost Ship. What does this actually sound like? Let's just play it. I mean, it's not terrible. I like the basic idea of it. I think it comes together all right. There is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing, and you don't like what it means, and you don't. I'm thinking that do 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 do. I need to do what I do in the second version of this, but that's okay. We'll get to that. All right, we got our vocal mic here. So let's just do a quick sort of vocal, like in this second part here. I think this is where we might need some. I don't even know what I'm going to do here, but let's just try something, shall we? We'll just create a. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll create a duplicate track. We'll tap on this one. We'll duplicate, and then we'll turn on. Hello, how are you? We're just going to experiment with some different vocal things. This is kind of what I do at the demo phase, is I'll experiment with some things, some oohs, some ahs, some singing of the same words. I don't know. We'll find out. We're about to find out what we're going to do. So I'll turn down this mic, I'll come over onto this mic, and then we'll just sort of sing along and see if there's any vocal harmony ideas that we have here. So let's hit record. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing, and you don't like what it means, and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. Does this part need something? When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, doesn't mean anything. There is nothing that you can do. So I'm not liking any of what I did just there. Maybe in that second verse, we just have some R's. So I didn't mind what we had here. When you open your mouth, you can do, 'cause you don't want, you can do, like. No, I don't like any of that. How are we for time? We've got 6 minutes. It may not be the time for vocal harmonies. We may just have to move on and do a quick final mix of everything together just to see what it's going to sound like. So let's come back over here, because I don't want to rush anything. If nothing comes to me straight away, it's telling me that the song doesn't need a whole lot in the way of vocal harmonies, but we can play around with those in the coming weeks and not months, because I want to get this done pretty soon. It's a simple song, and I don't want to overdo it and overthink it. Righty, let's jump in We're going to go over time, by the way. I'm going to spend probably 5 minutes just doing this, and then I'll have a chat to the folks here live, and then we'll have a final play. We'll play us out with this whole song, but let's just do a quick static mix of this, throw a few plugins and effects, and maybe touch a bit of EQ here, just to see what this is going to sound like, okay? So we'll just play through. We'll do a bit of trimming to get rid of all this crap that we don't need. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing and you don't like what it means and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care, what can you do, and it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. All right, I think it's coming along okay. We'll play it out in its whole entirety at the end of the show. We'll just move this drum there for now, so it'll all start together. Right there. And obviously we need to do a lot of things here. We need drum fills. I haven't done any keys or anything on here. I want to play around with some of that. I need to obviously fix up that bass, and we're going to explore some vocal harmonies. But I think from where we came from to where we got to in 57 minutes, I'm reasonably happy with that. What do you think? Is this one coming together? Love to get your thoughts on it. And more importantly, your ideas on different things that I can do to enhance, to improve, to change, to upgrade, to whatever. Rightio, I'm on the wrong computer here. We'll come back over to the folks here live. Thank you everyone for being here. So Jeff Brush says, like that high harmony. Yeah, I need to try around with the R's. Yep, there you go, Pete. I heard R's. Yeah, there's definitely some R's in there. It's like, like in that second verse. I think we need something like that. So that's cool. Jeff Brush says, I'm biased because I have bongos, but I played them the whole way through that, and it liked a lot. Yeah, it's got it probably needs percussion, doesn't it? It doesn't really need the drums it has. It needs more percussion, more of bongo congo kind of percussion. That's definitely it. Sharp G string sounding painful. Absolutely. That was a bum note. That would be a bum note. Oh, there's all the G string jokes coming through. I love it. I love it a lot. Just see who have we got here. Bubba says, so someone asked Bubba if he's a bass player, and he says, I'm afraid I'm a guitar player who plays bass. Yeah, did you see the way I was like unable to play the bass riff properly, and I was using my thumb over the top, which is a valid technique, but it was just me not being able to play properly. And I always use a pick on bass because I can never hit the notes properly with my fingers. It always sounds really bad. Like some will be really sharp, as in really hard, and some will be hit too softly. So that's me. That's me and bassing. Bassing? Yes. Any other final thoughts or feedback or anything else in here? I don't believe so. Yeah, cajon and shakers. Oh, cajon. I have a cajon in there, and I've never recorded cajon on the show, on the channel, so maybe I need to do that. The person you least expected, you're late. Oh, I know, go to the principal's office. Six String Gunner says, I'm digging it. Kind of feels like a dark country song. Yeah. Oh, yeah, an egg shaker. Maybe I need to do an entire percussion video. Maybe I need to spend another hour and do another stream during the week where we try some percussion and we record some live percussion. That would be kind of fun. Because I think you're right. I think I would love it. Maybe this song just needs to be 100% real instruments. I haven't done a song like that for a while. Maybe we remove the drummer, we put in our own percussion, and then we just leave it as acoustic guitars, bass, vocals, and percussion. It's an option. I'm still kind of hearing some strings in there somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's a pad or maybe a synth pad. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And yeah, an arpeggios. So someone here, the person you least expected, says arpeggios. Hello, Daisy Fernandez. Hope you're well. Tom Rochelle, I think it needs a high arpeggiated synth that comes in halfway through, Pete. Give it a try. Yeah. So that's what I think. Like, doo-doo-doo. Like almost what I played on that, on the acoustic guitar, that something like that could almost be a synth. So where I have this bit here and that bit there, I think something like that, but on a, and you could even be a do 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 do, like something like that that comes in. I don't know. We'll explore it. That's a beautiful part of doing these sort of things, is that we can experiment. We are at the hour mark. That was 1 hour, and that's what we've done with a bunch of lead chatter as well. Battalion says cajon trick, 2 mics, 1 in front for sound and 1 back for resonance. We need to try this. Yeah, send me your cajon tips, and maybe we'll do the cajon hour with Pete. Finally dust off my cajon and actually get it happening would be a good thing. All right, I'm going to have a beverage. Cheers to everyone. Thank you for being here for a very different happy hour. Oh, I got a tease next week. Hold that thought. So, my wife has come to me with some ideas for future happy hour shows. We are going to get back to playing cover songs and building up my repertoire of songs that I can play. So she's got a couple of ideas. I won't spoil them all now, but I will let you know that next week we're going to do songs with girls' names, ladies' names in them. So I think you can instantly think of a bunch of songs. And yes, we've been going through and working out which of those will sound good as an acoustic version. We had a bit of a practice last night. I didn't completely destroy my voice, yay, which was good, but a couple of G&Ts and a bit of jamming. And we've got a few cool songs going on there. So, and I've said to her, Georgie, you should come and sing on at least one of those songs with me. So to give her encouragement, let us know. Drop a comment on this video afterwards so I can show her a whole bunch of things saying, yes, Georgie should play in your next show. We'll see how we go. Yeah, they're already coming in. Layla. I will tell you one thing, that we were doing all these different songs, and I'm probably going to spoil it now, but you'll probably forget between now and then. We were thinking of all these things, and we're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Hey Jude. And then we were looking through the lyrics of Hey Jude. Jude seems to be a dude. If you read the lyrics of Hey Jude, Jude is a guy, and for some reason, I thought it was Paul McCartney singing to a girl called Jude, but it seems to be Paul McCartney singing to a buddy called Jude about a girl. So go figure. Is that just me missing the point entirely of that song? Probably. I'm bad with lyrics. Anyway, yes, more Georgie, definitely. And yeah, as Jade mentions here in the chat, sign up to the newsletter so you can keep up to date. So in the newsletter, I share all sorts of inside bits and tidbits of information. Plus, every week I share the highlights of the last week and the live schedule for the next week. So if you can't catch up with all the daily stuff, you don't know where to go and when, you can go in there and it will give you the live schedule so you can keep up to date with everything going on. Hey Dude is a guy. Julia by the Beatles. Yeah, there's so many. Diane by Husker Du. Love it. Love it a lot. Alrighty. Let's finish up. Maggie May. Yeah, wake up, Maggie. I think I got something to say. Oh, I realized that I did this whole show and this one won't get a copyright claim, and then I'm like starting to sing along, and I'll probably get like, you sang 4 seconds of a Rod Stewart song at 1 hour and 4 minutes. I'm like, darn it, so close. Alrighty, we're gonna finish off there. Oh, all the requests are coming in. I love it. Keep it going there. Uh, Sorry, what does that mean that the guy's a dude? Oh, I thought Hey Jude was. I thought Jude was a lady, but Jude is because Jude is a female and a male name, and I thought the Jude in Hey Jude was a girl. But go figure, it's not. Let's bring ourselves back up here and take a look and a listen. I'm going to throw my mic down. I might do a few tweaks as we go, but this is the debut of my demo version of 1%. We've got our couple of guitars there. We've got our two rhythm guitars, our lead guitar. We've got some vocals, we got some bass, we got just the drummer keeping the beat, which will change up over time, of course. But let's take a listen to this, shall we? Thanks again for being here. Sit back, have a drink, and enjoy this version of 1%. Thanks for being here on the Happy Hour. When you open your eyes up to the sky above and you see the world, there is nothing that you can do but close your eyes again, 'cause you don't like what you're seeing and you don't like what it means and you don't want to believe it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your mind up to the evidence you don't believe, there is nothing that you can do but close your mind again, 'cause you don't want to admit it, that you don't know what to do, and you don't have all the answers, 'cause you're part of the 1%. When you open your heart up to the people who need your help, there is nothing that you can do but turn and walk away, 'cause you don't care what can you do, and it's their fault anyway, and you just don't understand it, 'cause you're part of the 1%. You can hear me yammering on the background at the end of that one. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. I will catch you on the next show. Take care of yourselves and of others. Keep creating, and I will see you real soon. Ciao for now.